Shalom, Kahalo, Yahweh Shemi Awashai, Bahashem Kodash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us his truth, and Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Akwat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, the one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel, all right? And the first thing I want to do is say Salakia to the elder Yashawamba out of Dallas, if there was any misunderstanding. In the Black Moses comment that I made on his page, watch the brother to be edified daily and have absolutely nothing bad to say against any of the elders, the elder bishops, the elder apostles, nothing. All right, so, and Ottawa and Ratazah, I'm observing order, right, as is necessary to progress and to grow in this truth. Anyway, let's see, I wanted to go into, and this kind of piggybacks onto the subject at hand, which is strong delusion. So let's get strong delusion. And it occurred to me in the spirit the other day what strong delusion would be today. Okay? Deception. Okay? Let's read 10. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10. See if we can find the word deception. Okay. And with all deceivableness of our unrighteousness of them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that's the two-thirds, that they might be saved. Who can be saved? Israel. And even more, moreover than that, the one-third, the elect. Okay? And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion, right? The them would be starting with the two-thirds and then the other nations, that they should believe a lie. So it hit me the other day through the Spirit. Strong delusion in this time. Okay, and who is this? This is Paul, Thessalonians. The visions or the understanding that Paul was given, right, about these last days. Strong delusion would be what? Would be a deep fake, right? Deep as in strong. Oh, that's deep. That's huge, right? And then delusion is what? That's a deception, right? Or fake, not real. So a deep fake is what? Something that's gonna get you to believe a lie. They're gonna make deep fakes about the men of the Lord out on the highways and the byways, and have us doing and saying all manner of wickedness, right? And people are gonna believe it. Yeah? Okay, so we'll get back to that. What I do want to do quickly, right, as far as strong delusion, as far as deep programming, all right, is I want to go into the picture that Elder Yashawamba used, because when I saw the picture, my mind immediately went to my programming, right? When I was a child, so if I was born in 63, this album came out in 71. So let's take a look at it. What's the name of the album? Black, right? Moses, which is the reply that I put up. And immediately, you type in Black Moses, what immediately comes up? See, nothing. Okay, Black Moses. Harriet Tubman was called Black Moses But Moses wasn't a female. So this is all delusion. This is all deception. Everything that comes up is nothing but deception. Except for this, Black Moses Bible. What is that? Got to look into that. Black Moses book. Like a Hamite. Okay. Black Moses cigar. Black Moses record company. Black Moses history. Black Moses movie. What? 2013. All deception. Nobody's black. Moses had dark brown skin, and we'll get into that. But anyway, yeah, it's all deception. Strong delusion, if you will. Okay, so let's check out what I know it as. I saw the picture. Let's look at this. Is the picture that the elder used. Where is it? Right here. Okay. And I remember this as a kid. All right. This picture. Now, the elder, when he used the picture, didn't have this up there. Didn't have the title. I just recognize, right, this nigga, right, with some shades on and playing into this devil's deception. Okay? This is the devil's deception. All right? Black Moses, of course. And I put on the, see, there's the 8-track tape right here. Some of you don't understand what an 8-track is. Okay? But that's the 8-track tape. This is a iconic, right? In Satan's world, this is the devil, right? Laughing at us, basically. Of course Moses was so-called black. So they're laughing at us. And here's the whole picture. Look at this. Look at the nigga. Okay, and the Most High took his black ass out. And when you open up the folder, when you open up the album, this is the album cover right here, this section. When you open it up, it opens up into a cross. And here's this nigga right here. Right? 71. Okay? Now, what happened to this nigga? Well, he was in the Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard. He was worshiping other gods, right? And deceiving the people, right? Black Moses, no, not Black Moses. How about real Moses? How about Moses ben Levi or Loya? Moses ben Loya. How about that? Okay, no. We got this nigga making mockery of the truth is what he's doing. Because to these devils, right, this is funny. This is comedy to them. When it's the truth. You see the confusion? All right? And I'm surprised that when you type in Black Moses, all this comes up. Because these are real. This is real. I believe this goes back to, well, that says Ethiopia. All right. Which Jake is over there. But this is the truth. What do you mean, Black Moses? The pun should be White Moses. Okay? That's even a Jake right there. Okay? Theophilus, which I believe is near Greece, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, the pun should be White Moses. The pun should be White Jesus. You understand? So what is this? Okay? This is strong. This is a, this is heavy brainwashing. Okay? It's what it is. Now, with that being said, let's look at, let's go to, put thy hand, right? Put thy hand Inside, it's not coming up. Should go to exit. Like what? Garment. Let's see what we can get. Exodus furthermore. All right. Now here's the account. Why is Moses black? Nobody said he was black. Stupid. Let's read it. See, instead of, well, let's read King James first. Exodus 4 and 6 in the King James. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, who is him? Moses. Put now thy hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. Oh my God. Let's read the NLT. Then the Lord said to Moses, now put your hand inside your cloak. So Moses put his hand inside his cloak, and when he took it out again, his hand was white as snow with a severe skin disease. Okay? White as snow with a severe, meaning leprosy. Leprous, white as snow. Leprous like snow. So how can you do that if he's white already? If he wasn't black, right? And this is what, it's not saying that. It's not saying that. Okay. 7, put your hand back inside your cloak, said the Lord. So Moses put his hand back inside his cloak, and when he took it out, it was restored like the rest of his skin. Now, the Most High deals with mystery, right? And secrets. Okay? This is a mystery and a secret. If you can't understand this, you're not meant, right, to understand it. Right? And then in Leviticus, it goes into leprosy, the different types of leprosy. And it is what it is. And basically, if you don't get it and you refuse to see or hear or understand this, you can go fuck yourself. And I mean that literally. Okay? Or don't watch these videos. I'm fine with one view. I'm fine with that. All right, anyway, back to the hard, cold truth. All right? So this is one instance of Moses being so-called black and not white. Right? Now let's get Miriam. Okay? Because Moses was included in this episode as well. Episode, for the lack of a better word. Miriam, leprous. What happened? This is in Numbers. We're going to read the whole account. 20 and 10. Let's read up a little bit. 12 and 10, Slovakia. Let's see where we're going to start. Let's start at the top. The murmuring of Miriam and Aaron. Miriam and Aaron, right, were Moses' brother and sister. If I'm not mistaken, it should be correct. All right. So here's the account. All right. And it's dealing with leprosy and what color they actually were. And we have to do these things because somebody went around the world saying that Yahushua was so-called white and that the Most High is so-called white, the angels are so-called white babies, and put up a bunch of lies. Okay, so we have to do these things. Numbers 12 and 1, and Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman. The Ethiopian woman was black too. She had dark brown skin. Okay. Ethiopia means burnt face. Woman who he had married. So Moses married outside of his race, even though she was all black, BOI. for he had married an Ethiopian woman, and they said, hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? So they were tripping, right? Hath he not spoken by us also? So they were exalting themselves. And the Lord heard it. The Most High said, what? Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the that. See, when the Bible says this, Moses was very meek. When it uses this phrase right here, above all the men which were upon the face of, that's huge. That needs to be taken into account. So Moses was benevolent, right? And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam. So he was talking to all of them, and they got scared immediately when they heard their names. Come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. Remember when your dad used to call you from the other room? He'd call your name out, and you freeze up because you know the tone in his voice, it was serious. He wasn't calling you to come out and have tea and crumpets. He was calling you out, and there was potentially an ass whooping involved with the situation. And they three came out, and the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they came forth. He didn't call Moses. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision and will speak unto him in a dream. This is how the Most High deals with prophets. But Moses was special. My servant Moses is not so. He was special. He was above, right? Who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches, not mysteries, and not he's going to lay it all out for Moses. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were you not afraid to speak against myself? You got it. Most High basically said you got me fucked up. All right, Moses ain't Moses. I don't deal with you like that. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed, and the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked up upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said to Moses, alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not this sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead. I shaw, right? Of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. I shaw, wasted away as he. Let her not be like Esau, right? The so-called white men, so that you understand. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, heal her now, O power, I beseech thee, I beg you, right? And the Lord said unto Moses, if her father had spit in her face, he should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out of the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. And Miriam was shut out of the camp for 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. So everybody knew. Why aren't we moving? Well, because this bitch was over there talking shit. Unless we all be, turned leprous as snow, we need to meditate on the situation for a minute. This is serious business. Okay, so here's number 2, dealing with Moses being so-called black. All right, so this is an oxymoron, and that's what I was saying. Okay, I wasn't attacking the elder Yashwamba. No. All right, it's just this popped into my. This is the picture he used, right? And I saw that, and I'm like, Black Moses, right? And the can of worms that comes up when this picture, comes into my head. Nigga looking like Xerxes right here. Look at it. Look what they did with this nigga. Okay, and they were doing something because this nigga was a Scientologist. Let's see. Hope I spelled that right. Isaac, Isaac, H. Spelling it all wrong. ISAA. Isaac Hayes Blackmon. What am I looking for right now? Oh, I'm looking for Isaac AC Hayes. This SCIENTOLOG. How about that? See, this dude was worshiping other gods. Chef, all of this shit. The dude was paid. Okay? He was paid off. Now, if you're a Scientologist, what are you doing? Basically, you're worshiping L. Ron Hubbard. Okay? You're worshiping L. Ron Hubbard. And this dude was a Scientologist. Period. So what was he doing? Come on now, where's Wikipedia? Where's your Wikipedia profile? You left it out? If I pull up Isaac Hayes, it'll come up, but not Scientologist, right? Rugrats, this nigga was getting paid. He sold out. Where is it? Billboard. There it is. So it doesn't have that, but it has. Let's examine this nigga. So he died in '08 on the treadmill. Remember that? Stax. He's an in-house songwriter at Stax, okay? Which was what the hell? Where's Scientology at? Early life career. You ain't gonna say nothing about Scientology though? Oh, see, they're blaming it on South Park. Trapped in the closet, huh? Sounds like R. Kelly to me. A satire of Scientology that aired on. Hayes did not appear in his role as chef. Huh. But was he a Scientologist though? See how they're going around it? In an interview for the AV Club on January 4th, '06, Hayes again asked about the episode. He said that he told the creators, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, guys, you have it all wrong. We're not like that. I know that's your thing, but get your information correct because somebody might believe that shit, you know. He then told them to take a couple of Scientology courses to understand what they do. In the interview, Hayes defended South Park's style of controversial humor, noting that he was not pleased with the show's treatment of Scientology, but saying that he understands why Matt and Trey, what they are doing. Okay, so he did what? He then told them to take a couple of Scientology courses to understand what they do. Now, what is he doing right here? And teach men so. He, let's get that. And teach men so. Oh, let me see if I can find it. There it is right here. Matthew 5 and 19. I'm just going in the spirit, right? Matthew 5 and 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, which one did he break? Oh, number one. And shall teach men so. There he is. He shall be called the least in the kingdom. Well, Isaac is going to be called, and when I say Isaac, I mean Hayes, Black Moses. He's going to be called the least in heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom. And this is what we're striving for. But we have to shine a light on this demon, Isaac Hayes. No other gods, no other before me. Pretty simple, huh? Isn't this the first one? Is this okay? Exodus 20:1, and the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. First commandment, thou shalt have no other God. This is the one. Okay? The first commandment is what Isaac Hayes broke, Mr. Scientologist. Right? He was worshiping Elron, or the devil, in order to become rich and famous. He took that oath, and they killed him for it on the treadmill. Okay? He then told them to take a couple of Scientology courses to understand what he was teaching men to do so. To do what? To worship other gods. Okay, was he not? Okay, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Matthew 5:19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, he broke the number one, and shall teach men to do so. That's what he was doing. He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. And that's what we're reaching for. So don't be like Isaac Hayes, a demon who died on the treadmill. Why did he die on the treadmill? Health problems, right? It says, but on October 26, 06, Hayes confirmed that he suffered a stroke. Okay, he was still alive. Da, 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 da. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, right here. A Shelby County sheriff's deputy and an ambulance from rural Metro responded to his home after 3 family members found his body on the floor next to a still operating treadmill. Huh? What's that? Okay. A still operating treadmill. So we're supposed to deduce that he was on the treadmill and died of a heart attack, right? Like Prince was found on an elevator, right? He was taken to a Baptist Memorial Hospital in Memphis. What is Memphis? What does Memphis go back to? It goes back to Egypt. Baptist Memorial Hospital? I thought the nigga was a Scientologist. Where he's pronounced dead. The cause of death was not immediately clear. Yes, it was. The nigga was a Scientologist. It's immediately clear. And they took his ass down because he was coming off of the oath. Scientology. Hayes took his first Scientology course in 93. Later contributing endorsement blurbs from many Scientology books over the ensuing years. He was teaching men to do so, to worship other gods, right there. Okay. Chick Corea, Return to Forever, if you understand that, right? Ann Archer, Haywood Nelson, remember that guy? What's happening? That? You gotta be as old. You gotta be as old as me. Church of Scientology. There you go. So this dude was worshiping the devil. If you understand who L. Ron Hubbard is, right? Or Jack Parsons and Aleister Crowley and all of them. Okay? This dude was one of them. Sammy Davis was one of them. These niggas was an open devil worshiper. The Church of Set. The Church of Satan. Okay? So, there you go. Strong delusion. So this picture of this nigga, Black Moses, right, is strong delusion. Right now that we've finished up with old Black Moses there, let's get deep fake. D-E-E-P, fake. What is a deep fake? And you know what? I probably, let's go ahead and look it up, because I want to get it in on YouTube as well. So let's find out what a deep fake is. Deepfakes are synthetic media that have been digitally manipulated to replace one person's likeness convincingly with that of another. That's what a deepfake is. This is strong delusion. Okay? Strong delusion. The elder Mwatazak from L.A., the main L.A. camp, did an awesome video on what was it? On this fake alien invasion that they're planning, right? And the fake alien invasion is a deep fake, right? It will be a deep fake. What is a deep fake? Synthetic media that have been digitally manipulated to replace one person's likeness, which would be, in this case, the angels in Yahushua, convincingly with that of another. So they'll probably have Caesar popping out of a chariot. You understand? That's what a deep fake is. So this strong, and the elder Mwatazak from L.A., he linked together strong delusion with the fake alien invasion. He didn't go into deep fake. I'm taking it a step further. Okay, so let's go here. Now, let's put in deep fake. Alien. Okay, so be not the moral, right? The moral of this lesson is be not deceived. Let no man deceive you by any means. Okay, 2 years ago, aliens, reptiles, overlords, walk among. Got to watch out for the deep fakes. And this Carol Rosen, right? My video will pop up on Carol Rosen if I type it. She's the one who said years ago, deep fake. Let's take out alien invasion and see where deep fake goes. I want a short one. Probably won't be a short one. This is not Morgan Freeman. Let's watch this. A deep fake singularity. This is 2 years. This is not Morgan Freeman. So let's watch this. Or even this. It's getting harder to spot a deep fake video. All right. This is what they're going to do to the men of the Lord.
I trust.
Slovakia. They're going to use deep fakes, which is strong delusion.
Era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
Okay. Let's go back and watch this from the top.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
Jordan Peele created this fake video of President Obama to demonstrate how easy it is to put words in someone else's mouth.
Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet.
Not everyone bought it. But the technology behind such frauds is rapidly improving, even as worries increase about their potential for harm. This is your Bloomberg Quick Take on deepfakes. Deepfakes, or realistic-looking fake videos and audio, gained popularity as a means of adding famous actresses into porn scenes. Despite bans on major websites, they remain easy to make and find. They're named for the deep learning artificial intelligence algorithms that make them possible. Input real audio or video of a specific person, the more the better, and the software tries to recognize patterns in speech and movement. Introduce a new element like someone else's face or voice, and a deepfake is born.
It's actually extremely easy to make one of these things. There were just some supposed, breakthroughs from academic researchers who work with this particular kind of machine learning in the past few weeks, which would drastically reduce the amount of video you need actually to create one of these.
Programs like FakeApp, the most popular and widely available for making deepfakes, need dozens of hours of human assistance to create a video that looks like this, rather than this. In August, researchers at Carnegie Mellon revealed software that accurately rendered not just facial features, but changing weather patterns and flowers in bloom. This advance is not yet available to the public. But with increasing capability comes increasing concern.
This is kind of fake news on steroids, potentially. We do not know of a case yet where someone has tried to use this to perpetrate a kind of fraud or an information warfare campaign, or for that matter, to really damage someone's reputation. But it's the danger that everyone is really afraid of.
In a world where fakes are easy to create, authenticity also becomes easier to deny. People caught doing genuinely objectionable things could claim evidence against them is bogus. Fake videos can also be difficult to detect, though researchers around the world and at the US Department of Defense have said they're working on ways to counter them. Deep fakes do, however, have some positive uses. Take Cereproc, a firm that creates digital voices for people who lose theirs from disease.
Speech synthesis is the artificial production of human speech.
There are also applications.
So basically, this devil is a master deceiver. All right.
That could be considered either good or bad, like the many, many deepfakes that exist solely to turn as many movies as possible into Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, hi, Mark.
So it's real easy to get E.T. to say something different than E.T. phone home. Okay. So anyway, yeah, strong delusion, right? Let's see. Deepfake. Let's go here. Yeah, so the whole Isaac Hayes thing, okay, that was the deep fake of the late 60s, okay, to dress a Negro up as Moses. What kind of psychology is that? To know the truth and then tell a lie, and then to present it to people that have already been convinced that it's not that. It's just crazy. The level, right? The level of brainwashing and programming. All right. So anyway, let me get Carol Rosen real quick here. I believe they took it down. Let's see if my video comes up. Carol Rosen. Yeah, they're expunging Carol because Carol came out telling the truth, right? Yeah, they're expunging the real Carol. I think the only video left would be mine. And here's how you get to it. You go Carol Rosen, and then you put in the last card, right? She's the one that said it. Look, that's my video, comes right up. From the third page, New Song Ga, right? We're on New Song Ba. But see, nothing else comes up about Carol Rosen, right? Of course, you got Von Braun coming up, right? But where's Carol Rosen and what she said? You can't find it anywhere. See? See that? There's only one Carol Rosen. You got Rosanna, Downa. But no Carol. Up, there we go. Up your bow and play your fiddle hard. Rosin up your, Carol Rosin. Rosin up your bow and play your fiddle hard. That's The Devil Went Down to Georgia by Charlie Daniels. So that's some sort of play. Yeah, you can put up jokes and shit, but you won't put up what she actually said. So quickly, we're going to have to go to my video to even see it. This is Carol Rosin, whatever you want to say. Right? She's a small hat, clearly. But what did she say? Okay, what did Carol Rosen say? Well, she was giving up the true skinny. Let's get it.
The brothers out first.
She was giving up the true skinny on the last card. What's the last card? Let's listen to a little bit of this.
After being a sixth grade school teacher, I was introduced to the late Dr. Werner von Braun in the U.S., the father of rocketry. In my first meeting with him during that first 3.5 hours, he said to me, "Carol, you will stop the weaponization of space." And I said, teachers don't stop until June. He said, "No, you have to understand. This is February, and we have to prevent the weaponization of space because there is a lie being told to everyone that the weaponization of space is now first being based upon the evil empire, the Russians. There are many enemies," he said, "against whom we're going to build this space-based weapon system. The first of whom was the Russians, which was existing at that time. Then there would be terrorists. Then there would be third world countries. Now we call them rogue nations or nations of concern. Then there would be asteroids." And then he would repeat to me over and over. And the last card would be the extraterrestrial threat. Well, at the time, I kind of laughed when he said asteroids, and when he said extraterrestrials, I knew I wasn't going to deal with that subject. And now we hear in the news just today, this week, that they've slid in another enemy. Only this time we're going to protect our satellites. In other words, we have to have some reason to spend these trillions to waste these dollars on a space-based weapon system, and they're all lies.
I believe this was in the 1990s when she was saying.
This is a system, he told me, that would never protect anyone. Even back then, he talked about suitcase bombs. He talked about chemical, viral, bacterial, biological warfare.
And we're going through all of that right now. See how significant looking back on this is? Okay. We are seeing CV-19. That was a biological agent. Kind of like whatever they're cooking up in these laboratories out here in San Joaquin Valley, right? That nobody seems to give a fuck about. Listen to what she's saying, because we've already been through all of those things. Now we're looking at the last card. She said the last card, but first, all these things, we're beyond that. Where are we in her timeline? This is significant. That's the spirit bringing this out right
now. Lies. This is a system, he told me, that would never protect anyone. Even back then, he talked about suitcase bombs. We're
talking about suitcase bombs right now. Okay, suitcase bombs. Slovakia.
He told me back then that they didn't. He said, "Go to Russia. They're considered to be the enemy." I got on a plane by myself. When I got to Russia, I had a list of people that I had read out of the newspaper. Chernenko was in office then. He was the only one I didn't get a chance to meet. They introduced me to everyone when I got there. And when I got back, I said, "Oh my Lord, this man is telling the truth. There is no threat." And I've been waiting until this day for 27 years, and I'm expecting the spin to happen, because he also explained to me that as a military strategist, as a person who worked on the MX missile, which I did later, he said, "You will find that there is going to be a spin to find some enemy against whom we have to build space-based weapons." And
now, there's a word called compartmentalization. Slovakia. To fake an alien invade.
Going into space,
Duh. Talking about God and the angels. Okay. They created everything. Could they not shut everything down? Absolutely.
We have witnesses here who have worked in the classified departments who have the courage to come forward here to support what Werner von Braun told me back in 1974 to 77. And I will testify before the Congress that when I founded the Institute for Security and Cooperation in Outer Space, which I shut down a few years ago because I didn't believe we had a chance with this huge, integrated around the world, complex weapon system, that we had any chance at all of transforming that war industry into a space industry that could provide benefits, like Dr. Greer has said, of global warming. We can end that situation of that problem. We can end the energy crisis. We can.
Okay, so she's kind of at a UFO conference. Right. Anyway, if you can find this, type this in and see if it comes up. But the point that we're getting at is deep fakes. Okay, deep fakes will be used for what? To stage a fake alien invasion, right? This is what the Elder Mwatazak out of LA kept saying. They used a deep fake on 911 with the planes running into the building. He said that it was successful because people still believe that. So when they get to this, they're going to do the same, use the same technology, which is even better now. It's 20 years after that, okay? So you know that they upgraded. So that will be used for this, and then to what? Demonize the men of the Lord. All manner of things false. All manner of things against you falsely. See if that comes up. Oh, let's see. Let's check this out. Matthew 5 and 15. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. That's going to happen. Okay? That's going to happen. It happened before, right? Let's go to 12. Rejoice and be excited and glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. What does that mean? That's your job. You've been doing this for years. That was you. The prophets which were before you was you. And what did they do? They persecuted them. Is anything going to change? No, it's your job. So they're coming after you with deep fakes. We're going to end right here. I know I've been going long. By any means, let's see, by any means deceive. Yeah. Or deceive you by any means, right? Because this is the time we're in. Now, the elect won't be. The elect are going to look right through it. They're going to see right through it. But other people, just like the people that still believe that planes flew into them buildings, they're going to believe these lies. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, let no man deceive you by any means. Stop. Okay, stop right there. For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, 70 AD, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. We know that now. We know what this devil is capable of and what he's up to, what he's going to do. What is he going to do? He can bring that strong delusion because the Most High put him up to it, gave him the technology. And it's that simple. All right? So be not deceived. All right, we're in that time. What does the great deception mean? Deception all over the place. It means that we're at the end. Okay? We'll read through this. In the Berean, we'll read it. Matthew 24:3. While Yahushua was sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately. Tell us, they said, when will these things happen, and what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age, the end of the world, right? Yahushua answered, see to it that no one deceive you. Stop. What are we dealing with? The end of the age. When is the end of the age? What are the signs? Right? When are these things going to happen? Here's your answer. When the deception is to the horse's bridle, right? What am I looking for? Looking for more deception. Give me a KJV. Again. Okay, what are the signs of the end? Matthew 24:5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. The deception is going to be crazy. Take heed that no man deceive you. Over and over and over. 11. Matthew 24:11. Many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. Okay? Many deceptions. 1, strong delusion, alien invasion. 2, the prophets, we got to persecute them and make up all manner and say all manner of things falsely against them for the sake of to come against Yahushua. Got to get my words right. So anyway, with that, we're gonna close. We hope that the elect are don't be deceived. All right. With that, shalom.